Okay, today we're looking at line and linear drawing, looking at marks that Van Gogh would have made in his work. You can see here we've got the line and linear drawing visual aid 2. What I'm going to do is copy some of the mark making employed by Van Gogh, and I'll just beam in now to show you how I'm going to do it. Okay, first of all, what we're going to do is construct the squares correctly. I mean, some students can trace them through. I wouldn't draw them freehand. I would try to create the boxes using a ruler, get them exactly the same size. If it even means tracing them out, that's not an issue. There are quite a few boxes here, and obviously if you make a mistake constructing them, you can always use a rubber, making sure the squares are exactly the same. You can see here I'm just basically drawing them all through. You can actually follow through here where the lines are at the top of the box, follow through to the second one, like so, across the top as well. In other cases, students have done them freehand. The boxes tend to be irregular, hence then what happens is that the mark making in some of the boxes isn't completely true. Some of the boxes they do like this size, some are kind of done like this without any care and attention to making sure they're all correctly aligned, like we've done there. Now once that's done, like we'll beam out again, we can just see some of the mark making there by Van Gogh at the top. We'll just do the first set of rows there. Let's beam in again, and what I tend to do is looking at continuous line, drawing out in pencil first. Some of the students have the tendency to start creating linear lines, continuous lines, broken lines with a biro. And the problem with that is, if you haven't drawn them out correctly, there's no way of changing the marks you've made, because biro obviously can't be rubbed out. So I've done the continuous lines there, doing some broken lines here, going across, looking at copying the form that's been given to me there. And we've got some, just write that broken there. Some of these lines are going to be using continuous. Got loops here. All these different marks will be used eventually in our Van Gogh copies. These can be used also to embellish the fruit drawings we've done, the pineapple drawing of course, as we know that we've just completed. In fact, these can be used in a variety of ways, going up to GCSE A level standard. So there we've got the loops, we've got ragged here, different type of mark again. And then we've got scribbled. Again, our pencil's doing different things. It's making me think about the way you put marks down. Completely different set of rules for each line and linear box. Again, we can beam in. We can see that Some of those are pretty much drawn in there. You can see the different types of mark making. We'll move over here and beam in again and do our second set of lines here. Let's just get in there. And what we're going to do now is do some dots. Dots tend to be used in terms of Van Gogh's work in the background, so these kind of dots here are used to show distance, whereas some of the stronger lines, like the loops and the rhythmic we're getting onto, will be in the foreground, creating a lot of depth. Got some dashes here. These rhythmic ones, see, would be used probably further on, nearer, sorry, to create more depth. The stronger the line, as we said, the more chance of appearing nearer. So there are all different types of line that we can employ to create distance, to create form, and I'm just going to move up and just do a little demo here. I mean, in terms of distance, just do these lines here, this little box. The dots here look quite far away. We're going to create a cube here, and we're going to put some of the rhythmic lines on there, and some of the ragged as well from this box here. And you can see there's ragged lines slightly dark at the front here, and the dots at the background lighter create the distance that we're looking at. Darker lines obviously being nearer where the cube is, and the dots being further away. This is what you've got to do when you're creating your pictures and copy them roughly from Van Gogh. So after we've done that, what we can tend to do then is go over the line and linear drawing with the ink. Once we've established everything correctly, we see there on the continuous line, just going over everything. And we're going to be using ink as Van Gogh did in his portraits and his landscapes. But what we're doing essentially is not making mistakes by doing it freehand and having a base in pencil and boxes correctly aligned, so we know we're copying these things correctly. Okay, there's quite a few boxes to be done. There's 4, 8, 12, 16 boxes here. It will take some time, but once you establish yourself with the different types of marks that I employed, you'll be able to apply them to all future work. Okay, that's the end of the demo.